Welcome guys in this new video. In today's video, I will discuss with you how I passed my OSCE in 25 days, how many days of training I have got from my employer, which materials I have used, and I will also tell you why people fail and tips to pass the OSCE. But before going forward in this video, I want to take your attention to subscribe button. If your subscribe button is still red, then please press that button and make it gray. If you are interested in more informative videos related to nursing in the UK, so please subscribe the channel because you are getting a lot of informative contents on this channel which will help you to accomplish your journey. So without wasting a time, we will start this video. So first of all, when I reached the UK, we had to stay quarantined for 10 days, but when we reached there after 2-3 days, they have started our online class. So we had to connect on Google Meet to attend our online class. So in this online class, they had introduced the OSCE exam to us, and they had given us some assignments which we had to complete, and they had given us some information about what kind of skills we are going to find in OSCE exam, like assessment, planning, implementation and evaluation. And also they had given us some very useful videos to understand what we can expect in this exam. So this online class was very helpful for us. But after completion of our quarantine, we had to go to our hospital provided accommodation. When we came to our hospital provided accommodation, then we had 3 weeks in our hand, and in these 3 weeks we had to go to hospital lab to do our practice for next 15 days, because from Monday to Friday they were taking our OSCE classes. We had 2-3 teachers who were very knowledgeable, and they were sharing their experience, and they were giving us as much as knowledge they could give to us. And these 15 days of classes were very helpful for us, because in this practical classes they were teaching us all 4 APIs, and they had taught us all the skills which we can face in our OSCE exam. Our classes were like, on first day we had to do some APIs, on second day we had to do most of the skills, and on third day we had to do remaining APIs. Like this we had to do all our modules of OSCE. This routine was for Monday to Friday, but on Saturday and Sunday I used to go outside and explore these things, and as well as I used to watch all the videos which were provided to us by our hospital. And I used to watch YouTube videos on OSCE. The most beneficial videos for OSCE were from Health Education England. You can type on YouTube search bar about Health Education England OSCE videos. They are very beneficial. As well as I used to watch the videos of Violet Okolocha. Her videos are very helpful for everyone who are taking OSCE. As well as I found very beautiful website which is created by one of the YouTubers, and this website is also very helpful for me to pass my OSCE exam, and I will also provide the link of that website in the description box, because I want you guys to go through that website because it was really helpful for me. And the most important thing which you should know, that is the marking criteria of your exam. Whenever you are practicing, that time you should keep with you your marking criteria, because it will help you to know what examiner expects from you. Never do your practice without marking criteria. Make this marking criteria by heart, because it is very helpful to pass your exam. Another point which I want to share with you is that why people fail in the OSCE. The most difficult part of OSCE is implementation, and most of the people fail in this station because of some trap which examiners put in their exam. For implementation, I will advise you to learn all common medications and different medication which are being used in the UK, and learn their indication, why they are being used, learn their side effects, because while giving medication you have to tell your patient that for which purpose you are giving that medication, and you also have to tell your patient that what side effects they can expect after taking this medication. So you should know all the indications and side effects of the medications which are commonly being used in the UK and which are commonly asked in the OSCE exams. And another thing for implementation you should do is that use BNF while practicing, because if you are practicing with BNF, then if any new drug is being asked to you during your examination, that time you can go through BNF in the examination. And if you are not practicing with BNF, then it might be hard for you to find that particular drug in the examination. And I will also suggest you to download BNF app on your mobile phone. And another station where people fail is assessment. In this station examination, most of the candidates fail because of the traps. Most common traps in the examinations are coke, cigarettes, glasses, hearing aids. If you are seeing this kind of things in your assessment area when you enter the scene, that time you should act according to your prompt. If you are seeing coke and the patient is having difficulty in sleep or having diabetes, that time you should provide health education according to that. So you should know all these traps and prompts when you are preparing for your exam and when you are going for the exam. Next thing which I want to tell you, that don't stress for this exam, because candidates who are getting failed in this exam because of the stress which they carry with them in the examination center. If you reached the UK, that means you have cleared the most difficult exam, which is IELTS or OET. I don't think that OSCE is much difficult than IELTS or OET. If you still fail in this exam, then still don't get stressed, because I haven't seen anyone who failed in second attempt, because in second attempt you will get the same scenario. You have to go to your examination center and you have to do the same skill or same API in which you failed, and you just have to remember that which mistake you had did in the past. So don't get stressed for this exam. It is very easy exam. And while doing your test, if you think you are doing wrong, that time what you have to do? You have to stop and tell your examiner that in real life scenario, I will not do this, and tell them what is the correct method of doing this. For example, if you are doing the skill in ANTT and mistakenly you touch the unsterile area, then stop and tell your examiner that in real life scenario, I will not do this and I will try to keep sterile area as sterile as possible. Examiner will know that you know what is the right method and what is the wrong method, and they will pass you for that thing. My first tip for exam is pray to your God. It doesn't matter what belief you have to ask God for wisdom and knowledge. He will definitely give you, and if you will pray, you will have more confidence to give your exam. And the same thing we had done when we went with group for examination. Before the examination we prayed, after the examination we prayed, and by the grace of God all of us passed in the exam. And the second tip is practice as much as possible, because this is the practical exam and you have to be practical. The third tip is ask as much as questions you can ask to your teacher who is teaching you the OSCE, because we are going through different videos, we are finding different materials, we are asking previous candidates what happens in examination, and because of that we get puzzled. So to solve all that doubts, you should always ask questions to your teacher who is mentoring you for the OSCE. And the most important thing, which is my fourth tip, is read your marking criteria daily, twice or thrice. If you will read your marking criteria daily, then you will know every marking criteria what examiner want to see in your exam, so you will not miss any point while doing the test. Watch best contents of OSCE on YouTube. There are lots of content on YouTube and on internet, but you should definitely watch the best content which will help you to pass your OSCE. And most important thing is don't stress for the exam. If you will stress, you will definitely fail. If you will not stress, then you will definitely pass. And try to discuss with your colleagues as much as possible the different scenarios, different skills. It will help you to remember all the things to discuss with your colleagues are planning and evaluation, because in these stations you have to remember some particular things. If you will discuss this with your colleagues, then you will remember all these things and you have to just go to exam and write down all these things, because if you are not very good in mugging the things, then a discussion will help you to remember all this planning and evaluation. And you don't have to discuss all the things after examination. If you will discuss after examination, then you will be very stressful till your result, because other people will say that I had done this and you will say that I have done this, so you will be stressful that I am going to fail in the exam. So it is better not to discuss after exam. Stay stress free and give your exam. You are definitely going to pass the exam because you have reached the UK and you are not going to fail. So guys, this is all the tips which I could give to you, and I hope this video was helpful for you. If you still have any doubt regarding OSCE or any other part of UKRN process, then definitely you can contact me anytime on my email address or on my Instagram account. If you like this content, then please like the video, and if you think that this video will be helpful for others, then share this video with these people and subscribe the channel. So thank you guys for watching this video.